A very good day. My name is Ain Damia with matrix number 281616. So we are from group 3 and our topic is about analysis of cardiovascular disease. So these are the research outline. We'll explain on the background of our research, brief details on problem statement, research questions and research objectives. The next one is literature review on issues and technique used in this research. The next is methodology, method and how the research is conducted, and the software that we used. Analysis and result, we'll explain on the test and score features, confusion metrics and predictions. The last one is conclusions, overall findings and the benefit of the research.
Hi, I'm Aiman and I will continue the presentation. So I will present about our research. Our research basically is about the cardiovascular disease, a disease that affect the heart and blood vessel, which the factor from it is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, alcohol and smoking and many more. And by conducting the research, we want to know on how to avoid or detect by predicting the existence of cardiovascular disease using the data mining technique. So the problem statement for the research is based on the statistic. The main cause of death around the world is because of this cardiovascular disease, where there are 17 million people die because of it. Before we proceed in conducting our research, there must be a research question. So the question is the data mining technique being relevant and applicable to analyze the cardiovascular disease? And the next question is, which model in the data mining technique could give the highest accuracy in predicting the presence of this cardiovascular disease? To answer those research questions, there must be a research objective. So the objective is to determine the factor that affect the presence of the cardiovascular disease, to compare the model and select the best model according to the accuracy rate, and to predict the presence of cardiovascular disease using the data mining technique such as decision tree, neural network, and logistic regression.
Hi, my name is Falin Ali Bazarifah binti Abdul Wahid and my metric number is 281552. I will continue the presentation by explaining the literature review based on the issue and also the data mining techniques. Literature review based on the issue. It examines a number of prior researches on cardiovascular disease that employ data mining techniques to develop models that give the highest accuracy. There are plenty number of researches that have been conducted before. For instance, a study conducted in 2018 where they used the neural networks to predict the heart disease, it gives them 100% of accuracy. Next, a study conducted in 2022 where they employed the use of logistic regressions to classify the cardiac illness, obtained accuracy of 87%. Not only that, a study conducted in 2021 where they focused on the classification of heart disease that includes or excludes heart attacks by using the neural network called the multi-layer perception (MLP) through the back propagation. They obtained 80% of accuracy. And lastly, a study conducted in 2022 to predict the cardiovascular illness. By using the random forest and decision tree, they obtain accuracy of 91% and 84% respectively. With this, it shows that machine learning has been shown an effective way to predict the cardiovascular disease since it generates a reliable results and it gives developed models that gives the highest accuracy. Next, literature review on techniques. Firstly, decision tree. The purpose of decision tree is to categorize variables into one or more groups based on the target. A study in 2020, they want to develop cardiovascular disease classification algorithms. They discovered that decision trees provide the highest precision. Next, logistic regression. In 2022, they used the logistic regression to obtain the best accuracy and discover the model's behavior. And lastly, neural network. Neural network was commonly used to classify heart disease. A study conducted in 2018 used the multi-layered perceptron neural network (MLPNN) with backpropagation. They find that the design diagnostic system can accurately identify the severity of heart disease risk. Not only that, in 2021, a study conducted used a similar method to classify the cardiac disease. To conclude, by comparing the model's accuracy is an effective way to construct the predictive classification models. In this research, we will use decision trees, logistic regression, and neural networks. And also, based on the literature summary provided, it shows that logistic regression and neural networks gives the highest accuracy.
Next, we move on to the methodology part. In this section, I will explain on how we conduct our research. Firstly, we use the Orange software to help us in making the prediction. Next, we analyze the data and do the data clean. We must make sure the data is meaningful and there are no missing value or outliers in the data set. Next, we develop the model based on the data mining technique. Lastly, we compare all the model and choose the model that give the best outcome. Analysis and result part. Firstly, we analyze the data and do the data cleaning. We check whether our data have missing value or not. As we can see in the Excel, there are missing value in the column, and by using the feature statistic in orange, we can know whether our data have missing value or not. Next, we check whether our data have an outlier or not. An outlier is a value that out of the normal range, whether the value is too big or too small. So we can see the value of 1000 was too big compared to the other. And we check whether our data is suitable or not based on the variable. As we can see, the age data column was in day, so we need to change it to year to make it more meaningful and appropriate. In order to overcome all those problems, we use the Microsoft Excel and the Orange software. For the suitable data, we use the formula in the Excel in order to compute a new data, while in the Orange, we use some of the features such as selected row, impute, feature statistic, and outlier to handle all those problems.
Next, I will continue this presentation with analysis and result. But before that, my name is Nur Fatin Amira binti Muhammad Yusuf and my merchant number is 281500. By using a cross validation feature with 5 number of fold in this research to determine which model is the best by a comparison of regression tree, neural network, and logistic regression. There are 12 models in total. The classification accuracy used for comparing the finding in test and score. Referring to the table, we can see that neural network that use the logistic activation function produce the best result, with both set of data consisting of 80-20 and 60-40 of training and test data. It provides the highest classification accuracy for the number of test and score feature. The conversion metric then shows the highest number obtained in the accuracy rate and lowest number for misclassification rate. Logistic regression is the second best model, followed by neural network identity, neural network time, and neural network LELU. 3 is the model with the lowest accuracy overall. Next, we move to the prediction. A trend model is used to predict test data using the prediction widget. There is no cross-validation performed on it. The best model in both sets of data seems to have been a neural network with logistic activation, with 1 indicating the existence of the disease and 0 indicating its absence. The model is used to predict the occurrence of cardiovascular disease. For a given dataset, accuracy rate is the proportion of accurate prediction. This indicates that the accuracy rate for both when using a neural network logistic for a given dataset is 77%. Statistically, we should have a 77 accurate prediction out of every 100.
The last part is the conclusion part. After we have compared all the models, neural network with logistic activation function is the best model because it scores the highest classification accuracy in both sets compared to other models, 0.7317 in the first set and 0.7278 in the second set. This model also have the highest accuracy rate and the lowest misclassification rate in both sets. These are the benefit of the research, data mining in medical fields. Data mining has been widely used to face real-world health challenges, for instance in diagnosis and treating diseases. The next one is different models that we use in this research. There are various models that can be used in the medical field. However, this research is using decision tree, logistic regression, and neural network that shows different level of accuracy. The last one is prediction of diseases. So this research uses data mining to predict the existence of cardiovascular disease. But there are also many researchers who have employed data mining to predict diagnosed cancers, heart disease, and diabetes. That's all from us, Group 3. Thank you for watching.